It has come to the attention of the audience that perspectives of justice within the Tempest and Hag scene are to be examined. To understand how justice is conveyed within these texts, we must ask the main characters themselves. And so, that shall be done. So, Prospero, we've been informed of the exile you endured. Would you like to share your thoughts on it with us?
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. You who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to put him in the manager of my state, as at that time, through all the dignitaries, it was the first. And Prospero, being the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity and for all the liberal arts, without a parallel. But those being all I study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies, thy false uncle. Does thou attend me?
I'm listening to you, yes.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance, and who to trash for overtopping. New created, the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office, settled hearts in the state, to what tune pleases here, that now he was, the ivy which had hidden my pricely trunk, and sucked my venture out on't. Thou attendst not.
I'm listening, attending.
Thou dost not. I pray you will. My time and will for thee has run dry.
Duke, please don't leave. We have so many more questions for you.
I bid thee farewell.
Let's now ask the man on the other side, Felix of Hagside. Now, Felix, an issue was formed between you and your former co-worker. You claim he stole your role from under your nose. May you explain that for us?
I trusted the evil-hearted, social clamouring, Machiavellian footlicker. I've fallen for the act. Let me do this chore for you. Delegate that. Send me instead. What a fool I'd been.
So he usurped you through kind acts?
In short terms, yes. My only excuse is that I'd been distracted by grief at the time. I'd fallen into the habit of letting Tony run the mundane end of the show because, after all, I was the artistic director. I was behind my powers, or so they kept saying in the reviews. Therefore, I ought to concern myself with higher aims. And I did, to create the luscious, the most beautiful, the most awe-inspiring, the most inventive, the most numerous theatrical experiences ever.
Since it really came out of nowhere, that's quite a feat. How was Tony through all of this? Did you pick up on any behaviour from them that indicated betrayal?
Tony had been all too eager to liberate me from the rituals I hated. That way, said Tony, I could devote myself to the things that really mattered. By the end, it was clear. Stupendous betrayal. Tony had been instigator. He'd been the implementer start to finish. He'd waited till I was most vulnerable, and then he'd struck.
Felix, we thank you incredibly for sharing your thoughts with us.
With this new information, we can further analyse the views of justice we see within Prospero and Felix. For the full analysis, please view the article for an in-depth study into the topic.